Feels good to be back home here in the jungle. Tigers and Maroons as Blake Cox on the mound tonight for the Tigers. Blake last pitched last Tuesday night against Akins. Blake went three, get up no runs, no hits, 6 strikeouts for number 25. As Blake right now continues to warm up. As we take a look defensively at the Tigers, Hayden Smith behind home plate, right side of the infield. Bobby Wilkinson as well as Braden Madeley. Jason Steele back after missing last night, back at short. Jake Pardue out at third. The outfield, Kay Sanders, Nixon Badia, and then Sam Branyan. It is good to be back in the home confines as Jason Martinez leads off for the Maroons. Folks, you could have been anywhere in the world, but you are here with me on this Tuesday night, game 2, the rare Tuesday nighter, as Blake is ready to throw his first pitch against the opposing pitcher, Jason Martinez. Pitcher versus pitcher. And at 7:02 Central Daylight Time, strike one to Martinez. An 0-1 count on Martinez. Charles Dice on deck for Austin. Patrick Bird in the hole. The 0-1 coming from Blake Cox. And he fires. Strike two, got him swinging. And quickly the count goes to 0-2. The 0-2. And that missed outside, ball one. Ball and 2 strikes to Martinez. Got him. And Blake comes out of the gate, first K of the night, 1 gone here in the first. Here is Dice. Dice last night was a monster, 3 for 3, 2 runs and 3 RBIs for Austin. And Blake's first pitch to him is strike one. 0-1 count against Dice. Patrick Bird is on deck for Austin. The 0-1 from Blake as Blake settles down on the right side of the rubber. And that missed, ball one. Aces on the board for Dice. The 1-1. Got in there, strike two. Blake looking for back-to-back Ks to start off the night. The 1-2. And Dice fouls it off over the bullpen of Austin. And the count remains 1-2. Blake readies the 1-2. Looking for strikeout number 2. And he fires. And that's the chopper. Jake is going to have a tough play, and he fires over the first. Got him. Good hustle from Jake Pardue. 2 gone here in the first.
Now batting shortstop, number 6, Patrick Bird.
Here is Bird. 2 out, no one on here in the Maroon first. Bird last night, 1 for 2. As Blake Cox is doing Blake Cox things right now. First pitch, ball 1 to Bird. The 1-0. And that's fouled back. Strike 1. Evens up the count. Ball and a strike. Jimmy Bramble on deck for Austin. The 1-1. And he fires. Fouled off, strike 2. One and 2. As Blake once again looking for his second strikeout, trying to get out of the inning. He fires. And that's chopped right to Jake Pardue. Jake fires over the first. Long throw, got him. Jake Pardue, back-to-back putouts. And the Maroons go down 1, 2, 3. No runs, no hits, no errors, no one left on. Time for the Tigers to come up in the bottom half of the first. You are watching Tigers Baseball on Vype Live.
Have you noticed bad behavior has become normalized at interscholastic athletic events? Some fans seem angry. They lack civility toward one another. Some even get aggressive and unruly. Time out! What is going on? This has to stop. Let's not forget, school sports aren't just about winning. And they're definitely not an excuse to take your frustrations out on the official or the opponent. They're about teaching lessons like perseverance, respect, and empathy, so students can learn and grow as people, not just as players. We all have a role to play in setting a good example for our students and teaching them these important values. So fans, it's time to step up your game and behave positively at interscholastic athletic events in Texas.
This message presented by the UIL and the Texas High School Athletic Directors Association.
Jason Martinez warming up. He did pitch last night in that drubbing out at Berger. So Martinez will face a lineup leading off, playing out in right field tonight, number 21, Sam Branyan. Batting second, playing out in third, number 27, Jake Pardue. Batting third, playing out on the left, number 3, Kay Sanders. Batting cleanup, playing out in first, number 11, Bobby Wilkinson. Batting fifth, playing out in center field, number 1, Nixon Badia. Batting sixth, the designated hitter, number 14, Cruz McBride. Batting seventh, playing out in short, back tonight, number 28, Jason Steele. Behind home plate and batting 8, number 4, Hayden Smith. And batting 9, the second baseman, number 6, Braden Madeley. Here is Sam to lead off the home half of the first for the Tigers. As Martinez readies his first pitch to Sam, and he fires. Sam looked at it, ball 1. 13 pitches for Blake Cox in that opening frame. The 0-1 to Sam. And Martinez readies, and he fires. And that missed outside ball, too. Quickly, 2-0 to Sam Brain. The 2-0, the lefty Martinez on the left side of the rubber, fires. Upstairs, 3-0. So a 3-0 count quickly to Sam Branyan. And Martinez 3-0. And they got a strike in there. 3-1 out of Sam. The 3-1. And Martinez fires. Ball 4 and a 5-pitch walk. And a leadoff walk for Sam Branyan. First base runner of the night. Here is Jake. Jake was on a heater last night, 2 for 3, 2 runs scored, and then 2 RBIs. That other run came from Carson Gardner in that 5th inning. Of course, the Tigers brings up 3 straight lefties to start their lineup. And Martinez fires to Jake upstairs, ball 1. Kay Sanders is on deck. Bobby Wilkinson in the hole for the Tigers. The 1-0. Sam takes off. Sam's going to slide in and have a stolen base easily. The 1-1 to Jake. And Martinez fires. And Jake fouls this one off, strike 2. The wind not as heavy as it was last night, but still blowing in nonetheless. It was freezing last night, about 10 degrees warmer tonight. The 1-2, and time called, this time from Jake. John and I joke around how it is a lot warmer in his press box than sitting in the stands of Berger. The 1-2, and that is outside, 2-2. I'll make no bones about it. I am a wuss when it comes to cold weather. So I am more than okay with being in this press box tonight. 2-2 to Jake Pardue. Martinez long look at Sam over at second, and he fires over, and Sam slides in. He was going to be safe no matter what. Tigers will have their longest break of the season. A week off. They won't be back until a week from tonight against Bowie. Again, Martinez lifts up and resets. We will have 3 games next week. We will have a Saturday afternoon game against Anderson a week from Saturday. That pitch is outside, full count now to Jake. We will play McCallum in a couple weeks. Full boat to Jake. As Martinez again looks at second and Sam does it again. And he fires. Ball 4 and the first 2 Tigers get on from walks.
Now batting for the Tigers, left fielder number 3, Cade Sanders.
Here is Cade. 2 on and no outs. As Contreras comes back after talking to Jason Martinez on the bump. As Cade is ready to go. In the first pitch, Cade showing bump. Bumps it up, and it goes foul. Oh, 1 to Cade Sanders. Cade last night, 3 for 3, 3 runs scored. That pitch catches the outside corner for strike 2. Bobby Wilkinson is on deck for the Tigers. Nixon Badia in the hole. The 0-2 from Martinez. Martinez long look at second, and he fires over. Upstairs, ball 1 to Cade. Tigers with 46 runs in 3 games in league play, averaging 15. The opponents averaging only 3. The 1-2. And Cade went swinging strike 3, and that's the first out of the inning. First strikeout tonight from Jason Martinez. Here's Bobby.
Number 11, Bobby Wilson.
Bobby last night had 1 hit, 1 for 4, but he was spraying the ball all over the place and had 4 RBIs, even with the 1 hit. Martinez looks back at Sam once again. And the first pitch to Bobby goes well upstairs, ball 1.
In between third baseman and the bag. Just smokes it.
Talked to Bobby earlier. Think we had some technical difficulties, so may have to air that interview next Tuesday night before the Bowie game. And Martinez goes back to first, and again, playing with fire as a left-hander, and he spins out. The odds of him throwing it into center field is very high. 2 on and 1 out. Here in the bottom half of the first. Tigers with a 3 spot in this inning last night. Let's see if they can generate any runs now. The 1-0 to Bobby. And Martinez fires. Nice pitch for Martinez, strike 1. Ace is on the board for Bobby Wilkinson.
Let's go, Bobby.
The 1-1. And Martinez again, long look at second. He fires. Bobby fouls this one off, strike 2. Shout out to the Timberwolves of Cedar Park. A perfect game this afternoon against Lehman. That final score of that game, 10-0. And again, Martinez throws it over to second. I forgot who the pitcher was, but yes, one pitcher threw a perfect game this afternoon. Brad Cone, Josh Willer was the ones on the call today on Vype for Cedar Park and Lehman. The 1-2 from Bobby. Long look at second again. Martinez fires. And Bobby pops it up high in the center field. And moving over and grabbing it was Bird for the second out. So 2 gone, and here's Nixon.
Now batting for the Tigers, center fielder, number 1, Nixon Padilla.
Nixon last night, 2 for 3. 2 RBIs, 2 runs scored. Came in, pitched the inning in the third. The first pitch to Nixon, upstairs, ball 1. The 1-0 to Nix. And that's upstairs and inside, ball 2. The 2-0. Martinez again. 2 looks over at second, and he fires. 3-0 to Nixon. So Martinez, a pitch away from walking them loaded, and he does just that. Third walk of the inning for Jason Martinez.
To the plate, designated hitter, number 14, Cruz McBride.
Here's Cruz, bases loaded, 2 outs. Cruz last night was 1 for 4, 2 RBIs though, 2 runs scored. The first pitch, Cruz chased it, strike 1. The 0-1. And Martinez trying to work Cruz, and Cruz pops it up high. In foul territory, and it is not playable as it hits the top of the dugout of Austin, strike 2. Martinez already with 25 pitches in this inning. Has walked, the bases loaded. Tigers looking for their first hit. 6th batter of the inning. 0-2 count to Cruz McBride. And Martinez is set for the 0-2, and he fires upstairs and inside, ball 1. The Maroons walked a lot of batters last night. I can't tell you how many, but if I go through my scorecard, it's a lot. A lot of those runs came off of walks. And Cruz chased it with a pitch from Martinez for his 2nd strikeout of the game. And the Tigers leave them loaded. 3 walks, and that's all. And at the end of 1, we are still scoreless. Bramble, Wheeling, and Shipper due up for Austin. And you are watching Tigers Baseball on Vype Live.
We are the NFHS. That stands for the National Federation of State High School Associations. But really, what we stand for, together with the UIL, are the 825,000 high school sports and performing arts students in Texas. And so we stand. We stand for the runners, debate team members, and basketball players. We stand for their coaches, officials, and adjudicators. We stand for the drummers, football players, and actors. We stand for the golfers, singers, and swimmers. We stand as the national leader and advocate for these essential activities and all who participate in them and make them possible, because it is our purpose to ensure that high school students get to play, perform, and compete together. To learn more about who we are and what we stand for, visit nfhs.org.
Top second, still scoreless, as Blake Cox comes out for his second inning of work, putting Austin down in order in that first inning. Tigers again with a week off after tonight before hosting the Bulldogs of Bowie next Tuesday night. Here's Bramble to lead off the second for Austin. Now Blake is ready for his first pitch of inning number 2, and he fires. Bramble chops one, picking up his Jake, and Jake fires over the first, got him. Jake Pardue has retired the last 3 batters on his own, 1 gone here in the second.
Now batting center fielder number 3, Luke Whalen.
Here's Whelan. 1 out, no one on. And Blake is ready. First pitch to Whelan is outside, ball 1. Landon Shipper on deck for Austin. The 1-0. Strike 1. Aces on the board for Whelan. And Blake is set on the right side of the rubber. The 1-1. Outside and high for ball 2. The 2-1, and Blake fires. That's hit right into the glove of Jason Steele. Jason fires over the first, got him. 2 gone here in the second. Here's Shipper.
Now batting right fielder number 23, Landon Shipper.
So a lefty comes to the plate for Austin to take on Blake Cox. Soon as we get an opportunity, we'll get an update on Bowie and Dale Valley. Lake Travis also against Aikens tonight. Strike 1 to Shipper. The 0-1. And Blake fires. And Shipper hits a grounder. Bobby with a great stab. Flips it over to Blake. Got him. Great defense from Bobby Wilkinson. And the Maroons go down in order. Once again, no runs, no hits, no errors, no one left on. Played an inning and a half, still scoreless. Jason Steele to lead off the second inning for the Tigers. And you are watching Tigers Baseball on Vype Live.
What's your favorite high school sports memory? A late inning rally? A game-winning shot? A photo finish? Maybe it's a pep rally or a pregame ritual. Maybe it's the euphoria of a late-night bus ride home after a hard-fought win. Maybe it's having pizza with teammates after the game. Now, imagine if it never happened at all. School sports need your help. With budgets getting tighter, it's more than the games that are on the line. It's all the traditions, the community pride, the culture of your hometown high school, plus all those memories that are on the line too. What can you do? It's simple. Buy a ticket when you can. Go to a game. Take the whole family. Let's do everything we can to keep those cherished school sports memories alive.
This message presented by the Texas University Interscholastic League and the Texas High School Athletic Directors Association.
Home half of the second. Jason Steele to lead it off for the Tigers. as Jason Martinez warms up for his second inning of work. After a 5-run first inning last night, we go scoreless tonight.
Leading off for the Tigers, shortstop number 28, Jason.
Here is Jay Steele, the lead off the second inning for the Tigers. Jason did not play last night. Had a little bit of an injury. And now he is back tonight in his regular position out in short. Martinez, 27 pitches in that first inning. And Jason hits one, skying it left center underneath it. And grabbing it for the first out is Whelan for the first out of the second. One gone. And here is Smitty.
Now batting catcher number 4, Hayden Smith.
Smitty coming up. One out, no one on here in the second. And the first pitch is strike one to Smitty. Braden Madeley's on deck. Sam bringing in the hole. And the 0-1 as Martinez is ready. He fires. Hayden hits one in the right field for the first base hit of the game by either team. One out single for Hayden Smith.
Now
Here's Braden.
second baseman number 6, Braden Madeley. Courtesy run for the catcher number 7, K. Miles.
As K. Miles comes in, the courtesy run for Smitty. Braden last night, 2 for 2, 2 runs scored and an RBI. One on, one out for Braden as Martinez is ready to go. 2 looks over in first, he throws it over, and Cade just walks back. And Martinez is ready to go. He fires. Smitty showing bunt. And Cade faked it out. Cade is going to go to second easily on the throwing area. And there's another throwing area. However, Smitty just going to go to second. Excuse me, Cade Miles going to second. And E1 on the play from Contreras. The 1-0 to Braden, and Martinez fires. Braden lays down an absolute dime of a bunt, and an infield hit, and the first run is about to come in. 1-0 Tigers. Second throwing error tonight. This time, Martinez is the culprit.
Now batting right fielder number 21, Sam Brandon.
Here's Sam. I'm going to give Brady that RBI. So Braden with a single and then a throwing error by Martinez advances him over to second. And strike one to Sam. Sam drew a walk to begin the ball game. Aces on the board for Sam Brain. And Martinez is ready for the 1-1. He's looking back at Braden Madeley at second. 3 looks, and he fires. Sam hits one left field base hit. And Braden's being waved home, and it's going to be 2-0 Tigers. RBI double, Sam Branyan.
Now batting third base is number 27, Jake Pardue.
Here is Jake. 1 on and still 1 out. 2-0 Tigers. And Martinez fires. That gets past Contreras, and Sam is heading over to third. Pitch number 35, the 1-0. Got in there for strike one. Aces on the board for Jake Pardue. Cade Sanders is on deck. 2-0 Tigers, and they are threatening even more here in the second. And Martinez fires. That's inside. 2-1 out of Jake. The 2-1. That's in the dirt, 3-1. Martinez on the verge of walking his 4th batter of the night. And the 3-1, and he does just that. Second walk tonight for Jake Pardue.
Now batting left fielder number 3, Cade Sanders.
Here's Cade, runners at the corners, still only 1 out. Cade struck out back in the first. Seems like every year there's one Tiger using that walk-up music. I think Dom Hurley used it last season, if I remember correctly. The first pitch, Cade showing bunt, lays one down, and that is another run as Sam comes home, and it's 3-0. And Cade is going to go to second because no one was over there.
Can you give him a mental error? I got to give him an but that's not an error because I thought it was yeah. So we don't give him an error. No error. I'm not giving nobody an error. Now batting first baseman number 11, Bobby Wilkinson.
Here's Bobby, as you was hearing the entire conversation of Jeff and John trying to figure out who's to get an error to or not. Fielder's choice on that. Sack bump, fielder's choice. Still an RBI goes to Cade Sanders. No hit. But it's 3-0 Tigers. The 1-0 to Bobby. That got in there, strike one. And aces on the board to Bobby Wilkinson. Runners at second and third, still 1 out. Martinez fires. Bobby chops one to third, and it goes right past the third baseman. One comes home. Here comes Cade. Cade is hustling, and Cade is going to get home, and it's 5-0 Tigers. Bobby's going to third. Two-run single by Bobby Wilkinson, and Bobby standing at third from throwing errors. And Martinez in some serious trouble. single and a two-base error. So there we go. There's the explanation. So yes, single, one base error, and Bobby standing at third, and it's 5-0 now. Tigers and Tigers with a 5 spot here in this inning. Here is Nixon, 1 on, 1 out. Nixon drew a walk back in the first, and Nixon swung for the fifth and strike 1. 8th batter of the inning for the Tigers. They did that a lot last night. The 0-1 from Martinez. Nixon chased it upstairs, 0-2. And the 0-2. Nixon hits one. Left field base hit, 6-0 Tigers RBI single for Nixon Badia. Tigers are absolutely rolling. Here is Cruz. He struck out to end the first, the 9th batter of the inning for the Tigers. And Martinez still in the game. There is activity going on right now in Austin's bullpen. And Cruz pops one up high, heading to foul territory. And making a catch was Charlie Dice for the second out. Two gone. And the Tigers have hit around here in this inning.
Now batting shortstop, number 28, Jason Steele.
Jason's 0 from 1, flying out the center to start this inning. Runner takes off, and Nixon's going to have a stolen base. Austin had 4 errors last night, already at 3. And we're not done with the home half of the second. And Martinez, the 1-0. 2-0. Hayden Smith is on deck. Braden Madeley's in the hole for the Tigers. 10th batter of the inning for Dripping Springs. 2-0 to Jason Steele. Jason hits one right up the gut, base hit. Nixon's being waved home. And Nixon's going to get there, and it's 7-0 Tigers RBI single for Jason Steele.
Now batting for the Tigers, pitcher number 4,
Here's Smitty. 1 for 1 with a run scored. And Smitty looks at strike 1. Seven nothing Tigers. The 0-1. Smitty looks at strike 2. Martinez right now at 51. So 52, 53 is coming up for Jason Martinez. The 0-2 to Smitty. And Martinez fires well outside, ball 1. Just complete domination right now from the Tigers. 7-0 here in the inning. Martinez fires. Smitty, excuse me, fouls one off and then lands in foul territory. Count remains 1-2. The 1-2 from Martinez, and he fires. Smitty once again fouls this one off. I've said it once today, said it last night, said it last week. Arguably, all around, possibly the best, deepest team that Chris Payne has had. This team right here. The 1-2. And that goes low as Jason takes off, and Jason's going to have a stolen base standing. There have been very talented teams that came across here in Dripping Springs last year, possibly the most talented. But this is probably the deepest. And it is showing these first 2 weeks of district play. The 2-2 to Smitty. Smitty fouls it off once again. Count remains deuces. Just complete domination by the Tigers these first 2 weeks of the district season. For a team already coming in with a preseason tournament victory. Pitch number 59 coming from Martinez. That's inside. Full count now to Smitty. Pitch 60 for Martinez. Upstairs, ball 4. And Hayden Smith is on for the second time this inning.
Now batting for the Tigers, second baseman number 6, Braden Magley.
Here is Braden.
Courtesy running for the catcher number 7, Cade Miles.
As Cade comes back in a courtesy run. Braden is 1 for 1 with a run scored and RBI. And for a second straight week, Blake Cox may have a short night. First pitch is low and inside, ball 1 to Braden. Back to the top of the order, and Sam Bryan is on deck. And this could be a pitching change coming for the Maroons. 61 pitches already for Martinez, and it is going to be a pitching change. 1-0 count to Braden Madeley. 7-0 Tigers here in the home half of the first. And you are watching Tigers Baseball on Vype Live.
What's your favorite high school sports memory? A late inning rally? A game-winning shot? A photo finish? Maybe it's a pep rally or a pregame ritual. Maybe it's the euphoria of a late-night bus ride home after a hard-fought win. Maybe it's having pizza with teammates after the game. Now, imagine if it never happened at all. School sports need your help. With budgets getting tighter, it's more than the games that are on the line. It's all the traditions, the community pride, the culture of your hometown high school. Plus, all those memories that are on the line, too. What can you do? It's simple. Buy a ticket when you can. Go to a game. Take the whole family. Let's do everything we can to keep those cherished school sports memories alive.
This message presented by the Texas University Interscholastic League and the Texas High School Athletic Directors Association.
Attention high school sports fans, are you an armchair official? You know, the parent or fan who constantly yells at the referees and loves to let everyone know just how bad you think they are. Well, if you think you could do better, then get in the game and prove it. It's time for you to suit up and make the calls where they actually count. Every sport in Texas needs more officials. Sign up today at highschoolofficials.com.
Bradley Rodriguez, the new pitcher for the Maroons, as Martinez goes 60, giving up 7 runs, 6 hits. 1 2/3 innings. Tigers have feasted off Maroon pitching this series. And a 1-0 count right now to Braden Madeley as Rodriguez begins his night on the bump. 2 on, 2 out. And Rodriguez looks back. Jason Steele standing at second. That is inside, ball 2. So Jason Steele is at second. Cade Miles running for Hayden Smith at first. 2-0 count to Braden Madeley. Rodriguez fires. That is upstairs and inside, ball 3. So now Rodriguez a pitch away from walking them loaded. And he fires. Ball, ooh, strike. Got in there. 3-1. The 3-1. And Braden jammed up. Strike 2. Five walks given up by Martinez.
You know, I've noticed that they must be pushing it because the last couple of years, no umpire helped you. And this year, every single one of them, even on the count.
The payoff coming to Braden. As Contreras sets up on the inside. And Rodriguez resets. And Rodriguez is ready. He fires. Braden hits one, a rope into left field for a base hit. Jason is hustling, and Jason's going to get in. And it's 8-0 Tigers. Single for Braden. Second RBI of the night. Jason Steele comes home.
Now batting for the Tigers, right fielder number 21, Sam Branyan.
Here's Sam up for the second time in this inning. Sam is 1 for 1 with a run scored and an RBI. RBI double his last at bat. And Rodriguez is ready to go. He fires. Sam pops it up high. This could be the end of the inning. And it is, as Huff is right there to retire. But the Tigers put up an 8 spot, just complete domination tonight. 8-0 Tigers as we head to the top of the third. Contreras, Huff, and Nunzio coming up for Austin. You are watching Tigers Baseball on Vype Live.
There are no words to describe it. The isolation, the boredom, the loneliness. If you're wondering where your teenage son or daughter's spirit went, you're hardly alone. The past year has been devastating, especially for them. But here's the good news. They might just find it again, playing high school sports. Workouts that stimulate, teammates and coaches that care, the sense of belonging so many of us have been missing lately. That's what school sports are all about. The sense of achievement is real, and the camaraderie is hard to beat. Coping with uncertainty is difficult, but school sports can help the teenagers in your family start feeling like themselves again. Encourage them to give it a try. High school sports, it's so much more than a game.
This message presented by the Texas University Interscholastic League and the Texas High School Athletic Directors Association.
Blake Cox back out for his third inning of work. 8-0 Tigers. As the Tigers right now just doing whatever they want to an Austin team that should be vying for a postseason berth this season. Here's Osby Contreras, the catcher, to lead off the third. And Blake is ready for his third inning of work. Just 19 pitches so far from Blake Cox. And pitch number 20 is fouled off, strike one. An absolute gorgeous sunset, probably the most gorgeous I've seen in 2026. As Blake got Contreras swing at strike two. The 0-2. And Blake is ready. And he fires. Got him. Second strikeout tonight for Blake Cox. One gone here in the first. Excuse me, third. Here's Zach Huff.
Now batting third baseman, number 13, Zach Huff.
Huff comes up, one out, no one on. Tigers rolling 8-0. And Blake's first pitch to Huff is upstairs for ball one. Our next telecast will be next Tuesday night. Tigers and Bulldogs from Bowie back here at the Jungle, 7 o'clock right here on Vype. As Huff fouls it off. Aces on the board. Oh, that was a ball. My bad. That's what happened. It hit Hayden's knee. So instead of 1-1, 2-0 to Huff. And Blake the 2-0. Now that's strike one. 2-1 now to Zach Huff. Nick Nunzio is on deck for Austin. The 2-1 from Blake. Outside, good stab at it from Smitty. 3-1. The 3-1. And Blake fires. Got in there, strike two. As he hit that inside corner with a fastball. Now full count to Huff. Blake looking for strikeout number 3 on the night. Full count to Huff. And Blake fires. Got him. Third K of the night for Blake. 2 gone here in the third. And here's Nunzio.
Now batting second baseman, number 11, Nick Nunzio.
No one on, 2 out here in the third. And Blake readies his first pitch to the number 9 hitter, Nunzio. As that pitch goes upstairs, ball 1. Talk about the house of horrors that was Burger. Tigers with 28 runs at Burger through 2 games. Let's not forget, Austin defeated the Tigers in Burger last season in extras. That didn't happen last night. The 2-0 to Nunzio. And Blake fires. Strike one. 2-1 now to the second baseman. The 2-1 from Blake Cox. And he delivers. Strike two. Woo. That was some gas behind that. Deuces to Nunzio. Blake looking for strikeout number 4. And to strike out the side. And Blake is ready to go. And he fires. And he does exactly that, striking out the side for the first time tonight. No runs, no hits, no errors, no one left on. We played 2.5, 8-0 Tigers. Jake Pardue to lead off the third for the Tigers. And you are watching Tigers baseball on Vype Live.
Meet Josh.
Hi, everybody.
Josh is a high school basketball player, solid shooter, great teammate.
Hey, don't forget my tenacious D.
And he's my son.
Oh.
So, what does Josh do to be the best basketball player he can be?
I play tennis.
Studies show that student athletes here in Texas who play more than one high school sport are more likely to excel. Tennis does more than improve Josh's conditioning. It gives him a fresh competitive outlet, reduces the risk of injury by cross-training, and introduces him to different coaching techniques and new friends.
Don't get me wrong, hoops are my first love. Tennis just gives me a little break.
So when the new season begins, Josh isn't burned out on basketball. He's eager to play, and you can see the difference in his game.
This message presented by the Texas University Interscholastic League and the Texas High School Athletic Directors Association.
Tigers rolling. Bradley Rodriguez back out as he got the final out in the second inning. But the Tigers with an 8 spot in that inning, and it's 8-0. As we are now officially an hour into this game. And here's Jake to lead off the third.
Leading off for the Tigers, third baseman, number 27, Jake Pardue.
Jake has 2 walks and has scored a run. He is the only Tiger so far tonight without an official at bat. And Rodriguez looks like he's set to go. 6 pitches in that inning for Rodriguez. First pitch to Jake is upstairs, ball 1. The 1-0 to Jake Pardue. Rodriguez fires. Jake hits a screamer foul, strike 1. Happy St. Patrick's Day for all who celebrates. Happy early 14th birthday for my stepdaughter, Maya, who turns 14 in 4 hours. As Jake fouls out, one off, strike 2. One-two count to Jake Pardue. Tigers rolling 8-0. Leadoff hitter in the third is Jake. Jake hits one. That's heading to right center. And that's going to be dropped by the right fielder and shipper. And Jake's going to slide in. E9 on the play. But Jake is on for the 3rd time tonight. 4th error of the night for the Maroons. Here's Cade.
Now batting for the Tigers, left fielder, number 3, Cade Sanders.
Cade is 0 for 1 with a strikeout in the first. Reached on the fielder's choice last inning. Got a run and an RBI in the process. And Rodriguez looks back at Jake. He fires. Cade chased that one, strike 1. 0-1 count to Cade Sanders. 1 on, no outs here in the third. And Rodriguez fires. Good eye from Cade. 1-1 is the count. Bobby Wilkinson is on deck. Nixon Badia in the hole. The 1-1 from Rodriguez, and he fires. Cade, good eye once again as that pitch goes inside, 2-1. the 2-1. Rodriguez fires. Cade hits one right into the glove of Bramble, and Bramble's going to step on first for the first out of the inning as Jake goes over to third, one gone.
Now batting first baseman number 11, Bobby Wilkinson.
Here's Bobby. Bobby is 0 for 2. No, I said it right. 1 for 2 with a run scored at RBI. Rodriguez pitched to Bobby. Bobby hits one left field. Is that going to be trouble? It is. Base hit. Jake is going to come home. And it's 9-0 Tigers. RBI single for Bobby Wilkinson.
Now batting center fielder number 1, Nixon Padilla.
Here is Nixon. 1 for 1 with a run scored. An RBI. And Rodriguez fires. That goes upstairs, ball 1 to Nixon. Tigers with another run will activate it. And for the third time in 4 games, will be in double figures. And it should have been 4. They missed plenty of opportunities Friday night against Aikens to get that 10th run. The 1-0 to Nixon, that's outside, 2-0. The 2-0 from Rodriguez. 3-0. 9-0 Tigers. Off of 8 hits. Completely dominating right now the Maroons of Austin. The 3-0. Got in there, strike 1. 3-1 now to Nixon. Cruz McBride is on deck. And Rodriguez fires. Strike 2. Wow. Wow. Full boat to Nixon. And that is ball 4. I mean, that looked like that was the same pitch as it was prior to, but I can't argue that.
Now batting designated hitter number 14, Cruz McBride.
Here is Cruz, 2 on, 1 out. Here in the inning. Cruz 0 for 2 tonight. And Rodriguez fires. Cruz looks at it. Strike 1. 0-1 count to Cruz McBride. Jason Steele is on deck. The 0-1. Cruz hits one. A rope. That is deep. And that is going to be over the head of Dice. And Bobby is going to be held up. Tigers had an opportunity. I think it was lost somewhere in the lights. Bases are loaded now. Still 1 out. Cruz with his first hit of the night. Here is Jason. 1 for 2 with a run scored and an RBI. And Rodriguez fires. Missed it. Low and away, ball 1. That should have been 2 runs come in, but everyone waited because they thought it was going to be caught. 2-0 to Jason. The 2-0 from Rodriguez to Jason. Jason hits one. Center field, base hit. In comes Bobby, and that's the 10th run of the night, 10-0 Tigers. RBI single for Jason Steele.
Now batting catcher number 4, Hayden Smith.
Here is Hayden. Smitty tonight is 1 for 1 with a run scored. Drew a walk last inning. And Rodriguez fires. Smitty looks at ball 1 as the ball nearly got away from Contreras. 1-0 count to Hayden Smith. Braden Madeley's on deck. Sam Branyan in the hole. And that goes low inside, ball 2. So for the third time in 4 games, the Tigers hit double digits. Strike 1 to Smitty. Cannot remember a team, a Dripping Springs team, that has done that in league play. The 2-1. That is upstairs, brushed Smitty back, 3-1. The 3-1. Ball 4 and it's 11-0 Tigers. Smitty with another RBI tonight. As Nixon comes in. And are we going to have a pitching change? As K. Miles comes in, the courtesy run. Tigers have scored 30 runs in this series.
Courtesy running for the catcher, number 7, K. Miles. Did I announce that? I did. Okay.
Here's Braden, bases loaded, still 1 out. 11-0 Tigers. And the first pitch from Rodriguez got in there, strike 1. That was a questionable one. 0-1 count to Braden Madeley. Rodriguez delivers. Got in there, strike 2. 0-2 count for Braden. Back to the top of the order. Sam is not on deck. That is Anthony Delgado on deck. Braden pops one, heading towards foul territory, and it's going to drop. Count remains 0-2. So Anthony Delgado will pinch hit for Sam Branyan. Now the bench will clear for Coach Payne's team. 11-0 here in the third. Rodriguez the 0-2. Got it in there, strike 3. That's the first strikeout for Bradley Rodriguez. 2 gone here in the third. Here's Ant.
Number 17, Anthony Delgado.
Ant last night had himself a game. First pitch, strike 1. Ant was 1 for 3, 3 RBIs. The 0-1 from Rodriguez, and he fires. That's outside, ball one. Carson Gardner's on deck. The 1-1. And hits one, center field, caught by Whelan. That was a good cut from Ant, but that ends the inning. But the Tigers, another 3 spot. And it is 11-0 as we head to the top of the 4th. Top of the order, Martinez, Dice, and Bird due up for Austin. And you are watching Tigers Baseball on Vype Live.
All right, folks, let's get started. Parents, thanks for coming. As many of you know, I'm Coach Mather. Tonight I want to talk about the season, of which I only have one expectation, that everybody gets stronger. When I say get stronger, I'm not referring solely to physical strength. Sure, we'll be in the weight room, we'll be running stairs, but we're also going to focus on developing mental toughness and grit, because those are the characteristics that allow us to achieve greatness both on and off the court. So, how do we develop those things? By getting comfortable with a challenge, by cultivating the confidence necessary to overcome adversity in all forms. That's why I coach. That's my purpose. Every member of this team can lean on me, and I'll teach them how they can lean on themselves and each other.
This message presented by the UIL and the Texas High School Athletic Directors Association.
Tigers looking to put the mercy rule once again on the Maroons. 11-0 as we head to the top of the 4th. And we are back to the top of the order. Jason Martinez, Charles Dice, Patrick Bird due up for Austin. Blake Cox back out for his 4th inning of work. Wada Supak is now at left. Center field, Cash Nelson. Right field, Anthony Delgado. Carson Gardner at third base. Jason still stays out at short. Braden Madeley stays out at second. And then Ryan Gamblin now is at first base. Those are your defensive changes for the Tigers, as the Tigers are looking to get 6 outs and get out of here. Let's see who's – Martinez is not coming out to hit, so that is a pinch hitter.
Yeah, leading off for the Maroons, pitcher number 12, Bradley Rodriguez.
As Rodriguez hitting in the Jason Martinez spot. 34th pitch coming up from Blake Cox, and he fires. That's upstairs, ball one. 1-0 count to Rodriguez. And Blake fires, strike one. Gas behind that one, evens up the count 1-1. The 1-1. That is inside and low, 2-1. The 2-1. And that's outside, 3-1. So Blake Cox on the verge of walking his first batter of the night. 3 balls and a strike. And the 3-1. Strike two. Catches the outside corner. Full boat now to Rodriguez. Blake still looking for his 4th K. He struck out the side last inning. And the payoff. That's fouled off. Count remains full. Full count to Bradley Rodriguez with Dice and Bird coming up for Austin. And Blake fires. That's fouled off. That was a screamer back to the backstop. The count remains full. That was pitch number 40 on the night for Blake Cox. U.S. trailing 2-0 to Venezuela right now. The finals of the World Baseball Classic. The payoff. That's popped up high. Carson Gardner's underneath it. He's running. And great. That was caught by Supak, but it falls foul. Count remains full. Blake readies to pay off once again. And he fires it. Got him! Fourth K for Blake Cox.
Now batting left fielder number 4, Charles Dice.
Here is Dice. Dice is 0 for 1. And Blake missed outside. Ball 1. One on count. That missed once again. 2-0. The 2-0. Upstairs 3-0. And Blake again on the verge of his first walk of the night. The 3-0. Strike 1. Count goes to 3-1 on Dice. And Blake, the 3-1. Ball 4 in the first walk of the night from Blake Cox. First base runner of the night for the Maroons. Bird tonight, 0 for 1. First pitch, ball 1 to Bird.
Go, Blake. Let's get a ground ball right here.
The 1-0. And that's hit. And that's going to be and got him at third. But the Maroons gotten their first hit of the night. The hit just came off the glove of Ryan Gamblin. But Dice tried to get greedy and was tagged out.
First baseman number 1, Jimmy Bramble.
Here's Bramble, 1 on, 2 outs now. So Blake Cox loses the perfect game and no hitter, back-to-back batters. There are 2 outs in the inning. And the first pitch, strike 1 to Bramble. The 0-1. That missed outside, ball 1. The 1-1, strike 2. One-two count. Blake looking for strikeout number 6, and that's hit. Jason picks it up, and he fires over the first. Got him. Maroons leave 1, and it is 11-0 Tigers as we head to the home half of the 4th. Carson Gardner the lead off for the Tigers. And you are watching Tigers baseball on Vype Live.
All of us love sports, but not all sports are created equal. College sports have big budgets, dedicated alumni networks, and corporate sponsorships. Professional sports have even deeper pockets, millionaire owners, lucrative TV and radio deals, and merchandise sales. High school sports have you. Everyone agrees high school sports give us plenty of reasons to cheer. And now's a great time for us to give back. Supporting your hometown high school won't cost you much, but it will go a long way to ensuring the games we love the most are here to stay. Texas high school sports. They're good for our kids, good for our community, and best of all, they're good for you.
This message presented by the Texas University Interscholastic League and the Texas High School Athletic Directors Association.
So Bradley Rodriguez comes out, his 3rd inning of work. And it is 11-0 Tigers as Carson Gardner will lead off the 4th for your Big Cats. Carson last night drew a walk and he reached on the fielder's choice in the same inning. Walter Supak is going to come in to bat for K. Sanders next. And Rodriguez, first pitch of the inning. Got in there, strike 1. 0-1 count. And that is outside. Ball and a strike to Carson Gardner. And Rodriguez fires. Carson fouls it off. Strike 2. The 1-2. Got him. Second K tonight for Bradley Rodriguez. 1 gone here in the 4th.
Now batting the left fielder, number 10, Wilder Supak.
Wilder last night drew 2 walks. It was plenty of walks to be had last night. Strike 1 to Wilder. The 0-1 from Rodriguez, and he fires. Strike 2. That was a really good pitch. Rodriguez looking for his 3rd strikeout, and he fires. That's upstairs, ball 1. Ryan Gamblin's on deck. The 1-2 from Rodriguez, and he fires. That miss as it bounced off Contreras, 2-2. Two balls and 2 strikes. And Supak fouls this one off. Count remains 2-2. And Rodriguez winds up, fires. Wilder hits one in the center field, but in the glove of Whelan for the 2nd out. 2 gone. Here's Ryan.
Now batting first baseman number 12, Ryan Gamblin.
Ryan last night went 0 for 1. A fly out to center. And the first pitch goes outside, ball 1. Well, folks, tonight's game is going to be significantly less in time, a lot shorter in time. We're already at 95 minutes. I can promise you it won't go 2:53 as that ball goes foul, strike 1. Jeff just told me don't jinx it. The Maroons are down for their final 3 outs. The only question is who's going to come out for this 5th inning for the Tigers. The 1-1 from Rodriguez. That's outside once again, 2-1. And that is Red Strauss warming up in the bullpen. The 2-1 from Rodriguez. And Ryan pops it up high. And that is going to drop in fair. And Ryan Gamblin is going to get the 2nd. That is a double for Ryan Gamblin. They lost it in the lights. Here's Cash Nelson.
Now batting center fielder number 5, Cash Nelson.
Cash last night, 0 for 1 with a walk and a run scored. So Cash is looking for an insurance run right now. First pitch is outside, ball 1. The 1-0. Outside once again, 2-0. The 2-0. Cash looks at it, 3-0. The only questions that's left, right, Does the Tigers go and stay on average and get 3 more runs to make it an even 60 for the first 4 games of district play? That was inside ball 4. 2 on and 2 out now for the Tigers. Here's Rhett Robinson, that is. Two on and 2 out. First pitch, ball 1. Rodriguez is at 57 pitches now. And Rodriguez hits one, Rhett Robinson hits one right in the glove of Whelan. And that does it for the Tigers' 4th.
Okay, fans, the concession stand has half price for all on food.
So the Maroons down to their final 3 outs. 11-0 Tigers as we head to the top half of the 5th. You are watching Tigers Baseball on Vype Live.
There are no words to describe it. The isolation, the boredom, the loneliness. If you're wondering where your teenage son or daughter's spirit went, you're hardly alone. The past year has been devastating, especially for them. But here's the good news. They might just find it again, playing high school sports. Workouts that stimulate, teammates and coaches that care, the sense of belonging so many of us have been missing lately. That's what school sports are all about. The sense of achievement is real, and the camaraderie is hard to beat. Coping with uncertainty is difficult, but school sports can help the teenagers in your family start feeling like themselves again. Encourage them to give it a try. High school sports, it's so much more than a game.
This message presented by the Texas University Interscholastic League and the Texas High School Athletic Directors Association.
Attention high school sports fans, are you an armchair official? You know, the parent or fan who constantly yells at the referees and loves to let everyone know just how bad you think they are. Well, if you think you could do better, then get in the game and prove it. It's time for you to suit up and make the calls where they actually count. Every sport in Texas needs more officials. Sign up today at highschoolofficials.com.
Rhett Strauss in to close the doors for the Tigers. Maroons needs 2 to survive. As Luke Whelan to lead it off. Whelan tonight 0 for 1. Blake Knight is done at 53 pitches. 5 strikeouts, 1 walk, 1 hit. And Strauss, first pitch of the 5th, is inside, ball 1. The 1-0. Upstairs, 2-0. The 2-0. And that's a dribbler from Whelan to the first base side, strike 1. Tigers and Bulldogs of Bowie next Tuesday night right here in the jungle. Coverage will begin 6:40 Tigers pregame. First pitch, 7 o'clock right here on Vype Live. The 2-0 from Rhett Strauss. That's popped up foul by Whelan, and that's going to drop down out of play, strike 2. So Rhett Strauss looking for his first strikeout of the night. Heard the dugout chant the name of Ryan Gamblin. And the team just having some fun right now in an 11-0 blowout. Strike 3. Got him looking. Great pitch from Rhett Strauss. One gone here in the fifth. First strikeout of the night for Rhett.
Now pitch hitting for Austin is Austin, number 15.
Austin B, we're going to call him. We don't have a last name. Is the pinch hitter. And Strauss fires. Strike one. 0-1 count to Austin B. The 0-1 from Rhett Strauss. And he fires. Popped up, out of play. Could be in play. And Smitty grabs it for the second out. And the Maroons down to their final out.
Now pinch hitting number 7, Bodie M. Whoever that is.
Bodie Mordiak. And Martiak comes up. 2 on, 2 out, no one on. And Martiak hits one foul and out of play. Strike one. Oh, 1 count to Martiak. Zach Huff is on deck if Martiak can reach. The 0-1 from Rhett Strauss. Strike two. Oh, no, he ain't called. That was strike two. Wow. 1-1 count to Martiak. Martiak last night 0 for 3. And that sliced foul. Strike two. Maroons down to their final strike. One and two. And the 1-2 from Rhett Strauss. Got him! And the Tigers have swept the Maroons. Final score tonight, 11-0. Post game coming up in just a bit. You are watching Tigers baseball on Vype Live.
Timeout.
All right. Remember, we're a team that plays together. Listen, the winning will take care of itself. We just have to get everyone involved.
In interscholastic sports, we celebrate what makes every one of us unique. And in the pursuit of a common goal, everyone in the huddle, in the bleachers, and in the community comes together. This message presented by the UIL and the Texas High School Athletic Directors Association.
There are no words to describe it. The isolation, the boredom, the loneliness. If you're wondering where your teenage son or daughter's spirit went, you're hardly alone. The past year has been devastating, especially for them. But here's the good news. They might just find it again, playing high school sports. Workouts that stimulate, teammates and coaches that care. The sense of belonging so many of us have been missing lately. That's what school sports are all about. The sense of achievement is real, and the camaraderie is hard to beat. Coping with uncertainty is difficult, but school sports can help the teenagers in your family start feeling like themselves again. Encourage them to give it a try. High school sports, it's so much more than a game.
This message presented by the Texas University Interscholastic League and the Texas High School Athletic Directors Association.
It's been a trying year for parents. They've been confronted with countless challenges and have always risen to the occasion. If it isn't too much to ask, the 826,000 high school student athletes in Texas have one last request.
Please, set an example.
Disorderly fan conduct at high school athletic events is on the rise. It increasingly involves parents. There's no question that parents are passionate. There's no question they care about their children. But at a time when we're all wound a little more tightly than usual, it's worth remembering this about Texas high school sports. Always be a good example. Stop unruly fan behavior. before it starts.
This message presented by the Texas University Interscholastic League and the Texas High School Athletic Directors Association.
Back here in the jungle, Melvin Jones here with you. Tigers baseball on Vype Live. And for the third time in 4 games in district play, the run rule is in effect. 11-0 the final tonight. Winning pitcher Blake Cox, he goes to 5-0 on the season, going 4 innings, giving up just 1 hit, 1 walk, 5 strikeouts, and 53 pitches for Blake Cox. The losing pitcher, Jason Martinez, for the Maroons of Austin. Rhett Strauss also came in and did some work for the Tigers. Bobby Wilkinson went 2 for 3. 2 RBIs. Jason Steele, 2 for 3, 2 RBIs. Braden Madeley, 2 for 2, 2 for 3, 2 RBIs. You see the theme right here, all leading up to 11 runs for the Tigers. And the Tigers dominate the Maroons, 30 runs in 2 games, both ending in 5. And the final score tonight, 11-0. The Tigers roll to another victory, another sweep here in district play tonight. Once again, folks, final score, 11-0 Tigers. They get the sweep of the Maroons of Austin. Our next telecast happens a week from tonight as the Tigers takes on the Bulldogs from Bowie in their first meeting of the season. Coverage will begin at 6:40 Tigers pregame. And then first pitch, 7 o'clock, right here on Vype Live. My QA tonight, Miss Rosie Beggett. Technical producer of Vype Media, Miss Suna Venkat. And the broadcast director, as always, Mr. Merle Bertrand. For everyone associated with Vype, everyone associated with Dripping Springs High School, I am Melvin Jones saying good night, happy spring break, and I will talk to you next Tuesday night. And you have been watching Tigers Baseball on Vype Live, folks. Take care. See you next week.